The rapper Ralo. Let's go ahead and get into this because a lot of people say, "Oh, weed is legal. Why is he getting caught with weed? Why is he being locked up for weed? Why is he serving prison time for weed?" He's saying, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, "Oh, weed is legal. Weed come from the earth." Weed is illegal when your pretense and you use it out of contents. Yes, weed come from the earth, but weed is an herb. And so therefore if you use it as an herb, it is legal. But if you use it not as an herb, it is illegal. What's the using it not as an herb? Smoking it. You're not supposed to actually, you're not supposed to put anything in your lungs that's not supposed to be in your lungs. Smoke is not supposed to be in your lungs. Air is in your lungs, not smoke. But anyway, this rapper Ralo, he was arrested for moving what I think over $2 million worth of marijuana through the airport. Now you don't just move, you don't just wake up one morning and say, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try to move this $2 million worth of weed through the airport. He's been moving $2 million worth of weed through the airport. And the only reason and the only way you can move $2 million worth of weed through the airport is if you have help. You understand that? Is if you have help. You know what I'm saying? Every major drug or kingpin that ever lived, the reason why they are called major drug kingpins is because they are being helped by the government. They are correlate government agents. You know what I'm saying? They are being helped by the government. The government is helping them move it through. You can come on. After 9/11, you mean to tell me this man was moving $2 million worth of weed through the airport after 9/11? Come on, people. Unless he was being helped. He was being helped. And being that he's a rapper, and being that you are a rapper, and the elites allow you to make your game banging music and your drug dealing music to influence, because you're an influencer. You a rapper, your elites put you up to be an influencer. So you an influencer. And when you don't do what the elites want you to do, when you don't take, you know what I'm saying, go and sleep with this tranny, or, you know what I'm saying, when you don't do what the elites want you to do, then they got to show you who made you. But anyway, and this is, you know what I'm saying, just the elites, you know what I'm saying, letting Rallo know that, hey, you ain't gonna just continue to move $2 million worth of weed through the airports and us help you do it, and you ain't gonna do what we want you to do. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and play this audio. What I want you guys to do is make sure you guys hit that like button, and also this is fair use, people. This is fair use.
An Atlanta rapper accused tonight of leading a gang that was allegedly caught trying to move nearly $2 million worth of pot through Metro Atlanta. 11 Alive's Naima Abdullahi has exclusive reaction now from Rallo's team tonight. Rallo's team tells me he's being targeted and is sitting in jail wrongfully accused, but a federal criminal complaint lays out.
Rallo's team tells him he's being targeted. How are you being targeted? You got $2 million worth of weed. This is not your first time moving weed through an airport, because nobody wakes up one morning and say, you know what? I know how I'm going to move this weed. I'm going to move it through an airport and not have a plan. You understand that? He's been moving. The airport was his mode of moving this weed. That's what the airport. He had a connection, which was the government. The government allowed him to do that. Why? Because he's a rapper. And being a rapper, the government cause you to be an influencer. You are a rapper, you are an influencer. So that's why you rap this influential music to cause people to do the same thing that you rap about. But being that the elites allowed you to, you know what I'm saying, be a rapper and make music and, you know what I'm saying, it be on the charts and stuff like that. Being that the elites allowed you to do that, you got to also come up with your daily sacrifices. You got to also do different rituals. You got to do these things. So being that you being targeted, the same reason is the reason why you're being targeted is because you are not submitting. That's the reason why Salento, the rapper Salento, that's another Georgia native, which is a rapper, Salento. Watch me whip, watch me nay nay. You know, that guy. He was targeted. He had to come up with a sacrifice. That's why they found him in California trying to hatchet his girl to death. But he didn't get a chance to hatchet his girl to death. So he went back to Georgia and he killed his nephew. But it was too late, and that wasn't the right ritual. That's why the rapper Salento is in prison today. But let me go ahead and play this audio. This is fair use, people. This is fair use.
How investigators allegedly connected Ralo to the operation. Before we dig any deeper into this, let's tell you who 23-year-old Terrell Davis, aka Ralo, is, if you're not familiar with Atlanta's hip-hop scene. The artist has a huge social media presence and following, with more than 200,000 monthly listeners on Spotify and song collaborations with T.I., 2 Chainz, Future, Gucci Mane, and so many others. And now, criminal complaint alleges the rapper
200,000 listeners on Spotify. You know what 200,000 means? 200,000. Never mind all of the zeros. Just take one of the zeros from that 200,000 and you would have 20. 20 represents death of the black man. This man is supposed to come up with a blood sacrifice. But he didn't. And that's why they locked him up. That's why they, you know what I'm saying, stopped him and stopped his flourishing enterprise. You know what I'm saying, that he was getting all this weed through the airport. That's why they stopped him.
Who's called this apartment complex in Atlanta home, a complex just raided yesterday, is the leader of a gang referred to as Famerica, a name Ralo regularly uses to refer to his music team. But according to the complaint, the investigation dates back to December, when investigators stopped 3 vans leaving Fulton County Airport. Inside one, they allegedly found 520 pounds of marijuana, worth about $1 million on the street.
3 vans leaving the airport. To have an operation like that, you got to be a government agent. People, Ralo is a government agent. And then he got a gang called Famerica? What gangbanger have a gang called Famerica? Most gangbangers name their gang after the street they raised on. 38th Street and stuff like that. But this man, was an ongoing operation. He had 3 vans leaving the airport because the shipment came in. Come on, you cannot, hey, listen. If you can't see that Ralo is an agent, he just, the reason why he's going through this prison and going through what he's going through, because he's punished. He did not do what the elites wanted him to do. The elites is not going to allow you to continue your flourishing enterprise and as well as your musical career, and you don't come up with those sacrifices. You don't do what they want you to do. You see what happened to NBA Youngboy, Kodak Black, and the rest of them. This is fair use, people. This is fair use.
wasn't inside the van, but 3 people arrested were allegedly connected to him, according to investigators. And evidence investigators are now using an old Instagram post from the next day that refers to $1 million lost. Fast forward to this past weekend, a complaint says a K-9 unit met Rallo's plane after it landed at PDK and found just under $1 million worth of marijuana. Rallo and 8 others were...
And he used social media. He posted on social media, $1 million lost on social media. What you mean $1 million lost? We know it ain't from your music.
Arrested. Tonight, his team still strongly believes he's being targeted because of his faith as a Muslim. They also discredited the Instagram post as evidence, calling it just entertainment. They also pointed...
Let me tell you why this Negro and Muslim stuff don't mix. Negroes should not be a Muslim. That's Ishmael. Ishmael is the Arabs. That's their religion. Negroes, when you become a Muslim, you become a slave to the Ishmaelites because you are worship the Ishmaelites' God. You become a slave to the Ishmaelites. You know what I'm saying? You're not equal to the Ishmaelites. You become a slave to the Ishmaelites because you are worshiping the Ishmaelites' God. God, man. People, so he's being targeted because he's a Muslim. And if you are a Negro Muslim, is it being a Negro Muslim, are you your brother's keeper, your brother, you know what I'm saying? Why would you know what I'm saying, smuggle this weed in to sell to your brother so that your brother can be defiled, his temple can be defiled? Because when somebody smoke weed, guess what? They're smoking a spirit. Yes, when you smoke weed, you're smoking a spirit. There is a spirit in that weed that you are smoking. You understand? Weed is not supposed to be in your lungs. No type of smoke is supposed to be in your lungs. But when you smoke weed, you're smoking a spirit. That's why you get the munchies after you smoke weed. It's not you hungry. It's the spirits that's hungry. That's why when you look at most weed heads, if they don't have their weed fixed in the morning when they wake up, what happens? It's to pure anarchy. They go crazy. They want to fight you and get angry. That's those spirits looking for their food. But you are a Muslim, and you saying you're being targeted because you are a Muslim. You're not a Muslim, man. And to all you black people who call yourself Muslim, you are not Muslims. That's the Ishmael's religion. If you are so much a Muslim, let me see if you can get a job in one of them Ishmaelite bodegas. In the Arab bodega, let me see if the Arabs will hire you. In the Arabs gas station, let me see if the Arabs will hire you. Come on, people, stop being misled by these influencers that the elites put up. Because, oh, you testing my face, I'm a Muslim. Come on, get the hell out of here with that.
Now, Rallo owns the complex that was raided and lets people stay rent-free as a way to give back to the community. Naima Abdullahi, 11 Alive News.
Let people stay rent-free as a way of... No, come on, people. Because you know it's a tax write-off, Rallo. Stop it. You know that that's a tax write-off, and you know that, you know what I'm saying, that you tried to be like the Carter. You try to be like New Jack City. Come on, people. You use that. You use the rooms in your apartment complex or the apartments in your apartment complex to, you know what I'm saying, to package your work. You know what I'm saying? Another place to distribute your work. You know what I'm saying? Come on, stop it. Stop it, Rallo. You're a government agent. You were being used by the government. And the government, you didn't want to sacrifice to the government. So the government apprehended your butt. That's what happened. The same way Big Meech, yes, BMF, you cannot move that much cocaine and not be under the government supervision. The same way Rosella Blanco, the same way Pablo Escobar, the same way Supreme McGriff, you know what I'm saying, and so forth and so forth. All of these so-called big-time drug dealers, the only reason why they are able to move drugs like this is because they are being controlled and being watched and being protected by the government. But anyway, Rallo's getting out. Congratulations. But keep your eye on Rallo because he is a government agent. Anyway, this is news. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notification bells. And if you want to donate to this ministry, the PayPal link is in the description box below. Till next time, I'm your host. I'm your pastor, Mr. Michael Smith. God bless you.